Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So there's a lot of platitudes out there about what success means and excellence is an attitude and all this nonsense. I mean, yeah, they have a purpose and they actually tend to be quite true, but we're kind of sick of hearing platitudes, right? So what's something practical that you can do today to improve your life? Well, there's many attributes to being successful. But for me, the most important attribute to success is focus. What you focus on in your life has monumental ramifications on how your life plays out. At any given moment in your life, your focus is something you have utmost control over. You can choose to focus on the positive in a situation, or you can choose to focus on the negative in the situation. Everything in our world has opposites, right? There's positive and negative to every single situation. And where we draw our focus really dictates how we feel and how we approach the world and how we move forward in our life. If all we ever do is focus on the negative things in life, that tends to bring us down emotionally, and we tend to just assume negative things are going to happen to us, and we tend to kind of get stuck in a rut. But those of us who can be grateful, who can focus on the positive things in their life, and who can be optimistic about their future, those are the ones that actually achieve great things. And we see it all around us. Nothing great has ever been accomplished without a positive focus. Do you think that Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and all these other people that we hold in high esteem these days, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, do you think that they achieve what they've achieved in life by having negative expectations, by having a negative focus? You do the research on successful people, and I'm not just talking about men. Obviously, we can talk about women too, Oprah Winfrey and anybody else you want to talk about. A lot of them come from humble beginnings. And what do you think those humble beginnings would have done to them? They've all been through a lot of hardships in their life, more likely than not. But the thing is that they didn't let those hardships define them. They easily could have focused on their humble beginnings and where they started out in life, and they could have said, you know what, this is all I'm ever going to achieve in life. But clearly they didn't. Clearly they focused on the positive in the situations that they found themselves in, and they had positive focus on positive expectations in their life. And they did not let negativity and negative focus get in their way from success. So again, these platitudes. Excellence is an attitude. Excellence is an attitude, and you have an excellent attitude by having a positive focus. You are not defined by the life you are currently living. This is all the result of the actions you've previously taken. And where you are now does not dictate how far you can go in life. This is not the sum of your reality. This is not all who you are. All who you are is your focus. You are what you believe you're capable of being. And yeah, it sounds ridiculous. Oh, you can be whatever you want to be. Well, I don't totally agree with that. I would change that phrase, and I would say you can be whoever you believe you can be. And you can overcome anything that you don't like get in your way. It is so easy for us to focus on the negative in situations, and that's what I really want to stretch in this video. As you guys go through your day, by and large, what do you tend to focus on? Do you spend a lot of time focusing on the stuff that you're really grateful for and the stuff that makes you happy? Or are you more focused on the stuff you really don't like? What's the stuff in your life right now that you're not happy about? I'm sure you guys could tell me right now, and feel free to leave it in the comments below. What is it? Are you unhappy in your love life? Are you unhappy in your job? Yeah, I sound like one of those generic motivational speakers, but bear with me here. You guys know that there's parts in your life that are bothering you. It could be your level of status, it could be your health, it could be your job, it could just be your motivation life, your sense of purpose. Okay? Everybody has issues, everybody has things they're working on. The things that are bothering you right now, how do you focus on those? If it's your job that's bothering you or your financial health right now that's bothering you, is your focus on how bad it is? Are you thinking of all the reasons why it bothers you? Are you thinking about why you hate your job, why you don't like your coworkers, why your boss is a dick, why you don't like getting up in the morning to go to work, why your bank account's negative, why you have all these debts to pay off, why you wake up every morning without a sense of purpose? Is that what you're focusing on? If you focus on stuff like that, that's going to be the summation of your life. That's all you're ever going to achieve in life. Those experiences and those issues do not dictate who you are. Those are opportunities. Everything in your life that you don't like right now is inversely telling you exactly what you do want. If you hate your boss, you want a boss that treats you different. If you don't like your job, you want to do something different, great. What don't you like about your job? Because I guarantee you what you don't like about your job is going to help you understand what you'd want in a job that you would enjoy. What don't you like about your current relationship? Is there issues in the current relationship that you have? Well, guess what? Those issues, the opposite of those, is probably what you really want in a relationship. It's giving you clarity on what you really want in your life. And what you need to use is you need to take these negative perspectives and these negative situations, and instead of letting them suck all the energy out of you and put you on a negative focus, you need to use those as motivation to overcome them. You need to take all those things that are bothering you in your life. You need to figure out what lessons they're teaching you. What don't you like? Okay. You know what you don't like? Well, what do you like? What do you really want? What is going to make you happy? And you may not know the answer right now, and frankly, a lot of people don't, and that's okay. But what's the goal in your life? The goal in my life is to be happy, and the goal in your life should be the same thing. If you're focused on these negative things though, and you're holding these in as your virtual jail cell of what you're capable of achieving in your life, if you're saying, you know what, I'm trapped in these circumstances, you're never going to achieve anything. And as I talked about earlier, there's people out there who have achieved great things. I mean, again, I mentioned Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, all these guys, and insert your hero here. All of them did extremely risky things. I mean, you look at an example like Elon Musk. And to be clear, I'm no fan of Elon Musk. I'm not a fan of Tesla. But the point is, he's done a lot of really risky stuff. He made a lot of money from PayPal, and he invested a whole bunch of it. Actually, I think he, as far as I know, he basically reinvested all of his fortune into making Tesla a success. And we can say, well, he took a huge amount of risk. And if you're focusing on the negative, and if he was focused on a negative outcome, and he was only focused on how it could possibly go wrong, why would he have taken that risk? Anybody that enters into any endeavor, if all they're focusing on how it could potentially go wrong, they would never do it. And to be honest, I don't know that I would have the courage to do what Elon Musk did. Again, I'm not saying I'm a fan of the guy, but to go risk everything and put everything on the line to do something like that, that takes guts, and that takes knowing what the picture is that you want to achieve. He didn't obviously focus on how all the things that can go wrong. He focused on what this risk could do and how it was going to potentially go right. His focus was on a positive outcome. His focus was on, if I do this and I take these risks, how can this pay off for me? And that needs to be the same mindset that you need to have in life. And I'm not saying to go take gargantuan risk like he did or any of these other people have, but I'm telling you that you need to look at every situation as not what's going wrong in it, but what's going right. What is this teaching me in my life? What can I learn from this set of circumstances? And by taking this knowledge and determining what it is that's going to make me happy, what can go right if I try to achieve this? What can go right by me chasing something that I know is going to make me happy, that circumstances have taught me is something that I want in my life and something I want to see more of? So I like to make these videos more relatable, and some of that means self-deprecating humor. I like to make fun of myself since I'm okay with making fun of myself. And insert your story here. You know, personally for me, when I got out of college, I'm reasonably young by most standards, in 2010. And as most of you guys know, we were in the middle of a major depression in 2010. I came out of college extremely arrogant, very full of myself. I graduated from a good school, and I had salary expectations and job expectations that, to be fair, were out of sync with the reality that I was being graduated into. Fortunately for me, I was thrown into a job that I absolutely hated and gave me a lot of opportunities to grow and to want something more. When I got out of college, I didn't land the marketing job that I was hoping for. I ended up working in a call center. I was one of those people you called up on an 800 line and said, "Thank you for calling such and such. How can I help you?" That was me. And I happened to be in a product support department where people just called up all day to yell at me and tell me how much they hated our products or their day sucked. So again, this kid just out of college who thinks that they're special, and all of a sudden I'm sitting in a call center making very little money on a crappy schedule, being constantly hovered over by people, and people call me all day and just yell at me and treat me like I'm garbage. In that set of circumstances, I had a choice. I could have focused on how much I hated things about that job, how much I felt it was beneath me, how I was so full of myself and thought I deserved something better, how I didn't like the way I was being treated, how I hated everybody talked down to me, how I hated everybody just yelling at me all day, how I hated having my schedule dictated to me. And I could have just sucked myself into that, and I could have created that to be my forevermore reality. I could have accepted those circumstances. I could have given up and felt defeated and said, you know what? I guess I'm screwed for life. This is as far as I'm ever going to go in my life. Instead, that job gave me a lot of clarity over what I really want. I wanted a job that paid me well enough that I could do whatever I want in my life, that I could do things that I enjoy, that I could enjoy my hobbies, that I could do stuff like this and not have to worry about all the free time I'm wasting, that I could enjoy nice cars, that I can go hang out and do things that I want. I wanted bosses that treated me with respect, that gave me honesty and sincerity and trust, and always treated me with the utmost of respect and respected my schedule and my individuality. I didn't want people talking down to me anymore. I wanted to be talked to as an equal level human being. And I wanted to do something that made me passionate. And I wanted to do something that I felt like I had expertise on, that I was adding value back. And those were things that I felt I was lacking in that job. I took those things that I didn't like and I made them things that I wanted to achieve. I said, you know what? I deserve to have those things in a job. And rather than focus on the things that I didn't like in that position, I focused on what it would be like to have the things that I really wanted in a job. Instead of letting myself fall into that circumstance and saying, you know what? I'm never going to get out of this. This is all I'm ever going to amount to. I'm like, you know what? I deserve these things. Everybody deserves these things, and I'm not going to give up until I achieve these things. And every day I went into that job, I focused on what it was going to be like to actually achieve that and to have a position like that. And the short version of the story is, I'm no longer working in customer service. I haven't worked in customer service for years. I live a lifestyle that customer service could currently never afford, and I basically achieved everything that I want. I live a great quality of life. I have the cars that I want to drive. You guys that watch me on the Watch channel, I have a decent watch collection. I have plenty of money and time to pursue things that I enjoy, to enjoy my hobbies. I'm in a position now where people treat me with respect. People appreciate my opinion. They treat me as an individual. I don't get talked down to. I'm not constantly getting dumped on. People value my opinion. And I have gone monumentally further than I originally could have seen when I first landed in that position. And I equate this back to the examples I talked about earlier. I mean, you know, the people of the world that have shaped this world, the people that we look at as achieving great things, They might have necessarily known where they were going to go, but they knew what they deserved, and they let circumstances in which they were found hardship not become the dominant focus of their life, but they focused on those becoming educational events. They used that to focus in on what they really wanted, what was really important to them in their life, and they did not let anything get in the way of them achieving things that they thought they truly deserved and were truly going to make them happy. And that is my challenge to you. It is so easy. It is the easiest thing in the world to do, to get stuck on things that are upsetting to us and bothering us and to play victim. We can sit around all day and whine about all the things in our life that aren't going right. And to be honest, some of you have really great things to whine about. And I can't pretend to understand half of what those are going through. I've had my own struggles in my life. I've been knocked on my ass more times than I can count. And I've gotten to points where I wanted to give up and say screw everything. But I didn't. And I kept getting up. And there were times I frankly didn't know how I was going to get back up. But I got back up, and that's the point. The point is, you can't focus on your current circumstances and make yourself a prisoner to all the things in the world that you don't like. You cannot say that this is all I'm ever going to be capable of, this is all I'm ever going to amount to. If you do that, that's exactly what you're going to get. In any given situation, there are also plenty of things that are good. There are plenty of things you can focus on that make you smile. There are plenty of things in life that you should be grateful for right now. And one of them could be that you're grateful just to have access to YouTube or a platform like this. There's plenty of people in the world that don't have access to internet right now, and that may be something you should be grateful for. You know, if you have great people in your family, if you're grateful for your significant other, if you're grateful for what you have in your bank account, if you actually like aspects of your job, if you like the way you're treated, if you like being part of a certain group, focus on what you're grateful for. That will change your paradigm. That will bring out the best in you. Excellence is an attitude. Well, if you focus on what you're grateful for, that's going to raise your attitude. That's going to make you want to go out there and get what you actually deserve. And you do deserve it. Everybody deserves to be happy. It sounds like a cliche, but you absolutely freaking deserve to be happy, and you should be happy. And if you settle for anything less than that, you're selling yourself short. You are not your circumstances. You're better than your circumstances. And there's plenty of things in your life you can be grateful for. Use those things, focus on those things, raise your vibration, come from a positive mindset, be happy, focus on what's going well. If something isn't going well, change your focus and say, what would I want then? Think about the life that you deserve. Think about what it is you actually want to do, what's actually going to make you happy, and don't make it off limits. Don't think of all the different ways that it can go wrong, because for all the ways it can go wrong, there's plenty of ways that it can go right. And if you focus on how it can go right, and you're not willing to give up until it goes right, you'll achieve it. I wholeheartedly believe it. Focus is key. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you deserve. If you have a bad day, if you feel like crap, you know what? It's okay. Move on. Everybody has downtime. But as soon as you can, pick yourself back up. Raise your vibration. Focus on the good things in life. Focus on what's going to make you happy. Focus is key to a foundation of success. Don't deny yourself opportunities to find joy in your life. You never know what form it's going to take. And for me, doing stuff like this makes me so happy and fulfilled. And I am so thankful that I get to do stuff like this in my everyday life. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think below. I want to know your feedback. I care about your feedback. Your opinions matter to me. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this channel, to watch this video, and to give me your feedback. Time is precious. I appreciate you spending your time here. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon so you guys can see when I hit my new videos and get those sent out. Thank you guys as always for the support. Don't deny yourself happiness. Don't let circumstances dictate your reality. Go out there and claim the life you deserve. I'm Jay Anthony. I'll catch you guys on the next video.